Yes, I am.
There
Good morning.
Good morning, Dr. Stroman. How you
Okay.
doing this morning?
I'm doing well. Y'all got a lot going on there, a little tech stuff, huh?
Yeah,
All
Dr. Stroman, you
good?
know how we do. You know how we do. We got to keep everybody on their toes,
That's
including
right.
me.
Exactly. Well, there's certainly a lot to talk about in sports. I'm so inspired by Francis Tiafoe and that great 2 wins. Well, I won't
Yes.
even say 2. Every win that he's had
Yes.
is amazing to make it at that level. But I am a Yankees fan, and
I'm
it's very
sorry.
similar to Boston, Celtics, LA Lakers, Carolina Tar Heels. You love them or you hate them. But even though I grew up in the Philadelphia area, I fell in love with those pinstripes. And I want to bring attention to Aaron Judge, arguably the one of the best home run hitters in the country. So it might be a little analytical for people today, but, folks who've been listening to me over the years know
Yep.
that I like to talk the
That's
numbers.
what you do. Yes.
But I do want to note that he turned down a 7-year, $213 million contract extension from the Yankees. He turned it down. Now, how does that make sense to us? That's like earning $90,000 per day.
Wow.
I mean, what can we do with $90,000 per day?
A lot.
I can get a lot. I can get in trouble. I can tell you that right now.
Exactly.
I know one thing. It'd be a different kind of technical difficulty.
Mic drop.
Yeah, nice.
Right. But I believe something might have happened, when I was watching other things last night. But I think he's on number 55 in terms of home runs.
he did. He did hit a home run last night.
He's basically running away with this. The nearest guy to him has a respectable, I think, 36, 37 home runs, which is really good. But Judge is also, he just hits the ball harder. He's 6'7". He's 280 pounds, and he swings. He's just incredible, which made me curious in terms of height. The shortest player in Major League Baseball is 5'6". That's Jose Altuve, who we know is an all-star baseball second baseman for Houston.
Are we
That's
sure
right.
he 5'6"?
Wow.
He probably five.
Well,
he probably
you're right.
5'5" and a half.
Yeah, exactly.
Just a little taller than me.
Yeah.
There you go. Does anyone know how the tallest player in Major League Baseball?
So,
Was it a pitcher that was 6'7"?
well, that was Randy. I can't remember his last name.
Randy Johnson? is it?
Yeah, Randy Johnson. But you talking about current player right now, right? Or
Yeah.
maybe Judge. How tall is Aaron Judge? I mean, not.
6'6".
Yeah, Judge is 6'7".
Oh, so he is 6'7".
So-
Okay, yeah, that's it.
So I think he's the tallest, isn't
Yeah,
he?
I think he's taller than.
There's a 6'11", 7-foot pitcher for the Giants, Sean Higeli.
What?
Nearly 7 feet.
I've never seen him before. Let me go.
And it's
look
like,
this
how
guy
did that guy
Wow.
not get on a basketball court?
I
Maybe
know.
he did. Yeah.
Well, he saw the
But
guaranteed money in baseball. That's
There
what,
you go.
That's what happened.
It's definitely very, very intimidating. When we think about the weight of the baseball weighs about 5 ounces. In comparison, a basketball weighs about 1.5 pounds. A bat weighs about 4 pounds. And in terms of the distance, the average distance for a home run in Major League Baseball is about 390, 395, which I'm used to playing golf, so I think about yards. So I did my little theory and said, how much is 395 feet? And in yards, it's only 132 yards.
Wow.
I'm thinking about which club I would use. But yet when you look at it on TV, it looks like it's miles
It
away.
does. It really does. That's interesting. I hadn't thought about it like that. Seriously? That's
Yeah.
an 8 iron. That's an 8.
Well, check
9
your theory.
iron.
Mine said 132 yards.
That's a 9 iron.
395 feet.
That's an easy 9 iron right there.
He's a strong
Exactly.
pitcher.
A strong pitching wedge.
My 56, my 54.
hitting it flush you out.
Yeah, my 54, I could probably get it. Take some of the spin off.
But Aaron Judge is doing it. He's on pace now to beat the Yankees season record of 61 set by Roger Maris in 1961, which is just one more than Babe Ruth's season high of 60 in 1927. The all-time single-season home run record is. Does anybody know the number and who holds it?
73. 73 is it? Barry Bonds.
73, Barry Bonds.
So, and let me talk to this for a second. I'm glad you brought that up. A lot of people not recognizing that because with all the scandal with the steroids. This and that. But I don't know about you, and I'm a guy that's speaking who is terrible at baseball. But I don't care if you have any kind of hands, it's kind of hard to hit that ball in that league.
That's
and
right.
Barry Bonds was a major, unbelievable hitter even before all these accusations came out about steroids or whatever. So,
Well, not accusation.
okay, all right, okay, well, okay, that's true. All right,
That's true.
No, just go ahead.
And the thing is, I just think they discount that to the point where I don't think it's fair in my opinion. But you probably differ from that. You probably had the opposite opinion about that. Or do
Well,
you?
I definitely agree with you. The stats show that he was definitely a long ball hitter, one of the
Yep.
best athletes ever in any sport. Some people feel he is the best athlete in any sport when you look at his numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of how he just took off and started separating, and we call it the steroid era,
Yes.
the drug era for baseball. He just missed the last chance to be eligible for the Hall of Fame. He missed that this year. So unless it's just an act of God, he won't be recognized. Some people say that when Aaron Judge breaks this record of 61 by Roger Maris, he will be considered the all-time best home run hitter, as in basically let's ignore what Barry Bonds did. So we look forward to another great controversy that's going to come up. I think there's about 21 games left for Aaron Judge to get, about 6-7 more runs. So there's a good chance that this conversation will be front news in baseball circles for sure. But I wanted to take a look at why hitting home runs is so hard. So let's throw this out. What do you think are the factors in terms of hitting a home run? What do you need? What are the components of hitting a home run?
You got to have strength, I guess, right?
Bat speed and the
Bat
size.
speed,
Bat speed and the size of the stadiums.
The right pitch.
Well,
There you go.
Okay.
As a pitcher,
Yeah, that's right.
try not to give him the right pitch to take it out.
Yeah.
Very good. So let's turn all what you all said into analytics or baseball terms, okay? Pitching definitely matters, the pitching speed.
Mm-hmm.
The skills and strength of the batter alone might not be enough because, again, we've got a wide range of sizes and shapes in baseball. But the speed of the ball thrown, the sweet spot is generally about 90 to 95 miles an hour. That increases the probability of hitting a home run. Now, higher speeds can also work, but anything above 100 miles per hour will make it difficult for the batter to make perfect contact.
Gotcha.
So we're looking about 90 to 95. Where do you hit the ball on the bat? So we're talking about sweet spot.
So
It's going to create the maximum thrust on the ball. And it's somewhere between 5 inches to about 7 inches from the bottom part of the bat. So that's why you see players go up and they don't choke up on the bat, right, when they're trying to hit a long ball. So the sweet spot, it creates the least amount of vibration. Okay? So you got to have the power of the incoming ball and striking the bat right in that zone to get that optimal thrust. The ball's trajectory. Now, we know in a stadium you have different distances, whether it's left, center, or right. So there's actually a formula for calculating the trajectory. Now, I know you all were math majors in school, so I won't ask you any math questions, right?
Outstanding.
But it said that a ball
This
with
is
a
a hard one.
trajectory of like 25 to 30 degrees will be able to travel the maximum possible distance. Anything lower, it's going to be a grounder or it will be a pop-up. And so I'm thinking of NASA and our space shuttle and all that. You just can't say, we've got the right speed, we've got enough fuel and all. No, you have to have the right trajectory so it lands wherever the target is.
So,
whether that's the moon
So,
or whether
wait a
that's
minute,
This
wait a minute.
feels like an episode of Hidden Figures.
I know. Plus, Dr. Stroman, I didn't realize I was coming to physics class this morning, but this just sounds like
we
a.
do all subjects, right?
Yeah,
That's
we do.
right,
we,
that's right.
We're very versatile. We can talk to it. Fake it till you make it. Keep going.
How about the bat, the composition of the wood? So what do you all, and I'm not even going to say, well, how about this? What do you think is the preferred wood for making baseball bats?
Now, this is, I want to say something so bad right here, but I'm going to leave that one alone. 'Cause this is a family show. What are you doing?
All right,
I
Earl.
was gonna see what I did with Dr. Stroman.
Yeah.
Dr. Stroman,
Hey,
you see what I did with.
And by the way, we got our boss Ashley producing the show, so he's probably like, wow,
Okay.
didn't know.
It would be. I would vote for
Don't
Oak.
bring me into this.
I would vote for Oak, Dr. Stroman.
No. Somewhere out of Louisville, Kentucky. I don't know what kind of wood.
Maple.
Maple.
That's a
Maple.
dense wood. It's not only durable, but it also has more pop to it, and this is advantageous for hitting a home run.
That's interesting. Did you know that?
Know
Makes
that
great syrup,
you
too.
Can have, wood composition. It might vary because you can have the same type of wood for creating 2 different or 3 different bats, but the bats coming from different and it's possible that bats coming from different maple trees may have different levels of rebound. But wood is the best. We do know in college you can hit those metal composite bats and all that, which is so dangerous because that ball coming off of that metal, it's been known to harm and, hurt people.
Yeah.
A baseball, it loses about half its energy when it hits a wooden bat. And if you watch it in super slow-mo, you can actually see like the ball kind of squished to half of its width, and then it bounces back because wooden bats are solid. I don't want to go into the cheating of what,
Thank you, because you know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to go back and listen to this replay because
You teaching us
you give us so
today.
much information. I'm like, good gracious. So
Well, we're almost there.
Okay.
We're getting close to finish the lecture.
okay.
So what about the weight of your bat? Having a light bat versus a
Because
hefty
I think when I
bat.
played, I think 32, because they had the numbers at the bottom of the bat. I think 32
right.
was the one I
Yeah.
normally use. I think.
But if
I
you
think
get
that's
a
right.
heavier bat, you're going
Yes.
to swing slower.
Right.
And if you go light, your swing speeds up. So your ideal bat is the heaviest one that you can swing real fast. All right, lastly, what is important is the wind speed. This is a major role. So there are some folks who say that certain stadiums, the players there who play home have an advantage.
Yep.
Research shows that even a mild breeze of about 5 miles an hour may help the ball travel an extra 18 to 19 feet. And it's the same thing. It's opposite when you're going into a headwind, right? Just like on an airplane, right?
Yes.
So,
yes.
do know that dense air, that produces more friction with the ball, slowing it down. So diffuse air is best. And we know that air is already less dense at high altitude. So Colorado Rockies, right?
There you go.
So
There you go.
I want y'all just to pay attention, follow Aaron Judge, have respect for all those long ball hitters in baseball. It is not easy at all. And when you get a star, when you get a stud, work them as much as you can.
There you go.
Because generally, once they get that streak going, but then their careers kind of taper off.
All right, Dr. Stroman.
Well, thank you.
Good stuff.
As always, I wasn't prepared. I didn't do my homework, but that's all right. I got friends in high places.
That's right. All right, Distro, have a good weekend.
All right, Dr.
you.
Stroman.
Thank